your productivity your way.
Let's dive into this week's discussion about the latest productivity news, findings, thoughts that we had independently from each other. And maybe you want to start this time, Paco, as the last times you had the chance to share all the things that came to your mind.
Yeah, I have found things that are interesting, I guess. The thing is that maybe they are not directly connected to the world of productivity, and well, that gives us the opportunity to breathe a little bit and see how things are going beyond productivity. In this case, it's about AI, because, well, I get quite disappointed about how day one implemented AI. Those are the type of implementations that we say, what the heck?
Well, I sent you this in a chat, Paco, and I got disappointed not only about AI and the thing that I shared about this release, huge announcement in day one, that they are now selling paper journals and paper diaries. I thought, what the heck is going on? As they were the pioneers in digital journaling, right? Since 2015, I think I'm using day one, and they were unique in many ways. And then they stopped adding new features, and I think, well, maybe they're building something big. And then the announcement, yeah, for 25 euros you can, or dollars, you can buy a paper journal. And I think the thing is, they offered already for a long time that you can print out books out of your diary, and I like the idea. That was a great idea. If they would have worked on formatting, maybe I would have printed this and just put it in a bookshelf as a reminder or something like that. But going the other way around and killing your own application by offering a paper journal, I thought, what the heck? And now I'm curious what you share about AI, because I just saw an announcement, but I didn't dive deeper into it.
Well, no, the thing is that I am really impressed how AI is evolving so fast. We can see it talking about software companies making new releases, because it's amazing the release pace of the different companies. But the thing is that the other day is how we can start seeing applications that maybe was like sci-fi not so long ago. And I have found here two projects that I don't know, well, projects, software products. One, it's a project, and in fact, it's called Project December in this case, Project December. And the other one, it's called Hereafter. I don't know if you know anything about these two tools. No? Great. Well, the thing is that Hereafter, it's an implementation of AI that you go preserve your memories based on interviews about your life, and then your loved ones, the moment that you disappear, can go there and chat with you.
Oh, right.
So you never die. And it's curious because here we say that little by little reality is, well, turning really blurry, I would say, because when there's a moment that even people who are not here can make you feel, because obviously when you record your memories, it takes and creates an avatar. So it takes all the moves, all the positions, all the expressions, everything, plus all your knowledge. And then it's a way of, because the thing was that, for instance, a son can go and chat with his father, no matter that he's already dead, but he received pieces of advice of his dead father. It sounds strange, but the thing is that that's where we are going to. And
so, Paco, is it really you?
Yeah, for instance. Well, I hope that at least my avatar speaks better English. Okay?
Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just even not aware that it's not you anymore. That we already just a digital ourselves. So who knows?
And the other one, it's called Project December. I have merged these two AI systems because, well, they are, well, quite surprising, I would say, because the other one is just that you start chatting with someone who has died. And the thing is that the chat starts to reply based on the information that the system can find on the internet based on you. And the thing is that the
maybe I don't want to have the system searching for me on the internet.
But the thing is that they have, because this is like an experiment, this is not a software company like Hereafter where they are selling this product. The thing is that this Project December is being developed by a programmer. And the thing is that I think I saw this project on Netflix, just in case someone is interested in going deeper into this story. And the thing is that many people who start chatting with the chat, they were really surprised because there was a moment that they thought that they were really speaking to the person that they knew, knowing that it wasn't here. No, so imagine, because this was just like a prototype, so imagine the things that are coming, because right now this is evolving by month. It's not just something, what will we see the next year, or 1 year from now. No, it's just the next month, things appear, emerge. We are seeing how Perplexity and ChatGPT keeps fighting one to each other, because at the beginning it was like one was dedicated to search processes or making research, whereas the other, ChatGPT, was much a chatbot to talk to and draw conclusions or whatever. But right now, all of them are merging things, creating new services and new features that it starts to, well, to leave us a little bit with that level of some uncertainty that it's not clear where we should be asking the right questions. No, and I think that if there are already out there tools that merge all the different AI models, and then it's an AI model that decides the right AI model to use, and even merge depending on the questions that you ask, the things that you're looking for. And I think that that's the right approach, because this is going crazy. People know, I don't know, 8, 10, but there are thousands, I would say, of different AI models with different versions based on the different goals that you are pursuing. So it's pretty difficult to start. And also it's a mess changing from one to another, not having the information centralized, that single source of truth where you don't know where the heck you ask something. Also, many PKMs are including AI inside their own system. So it's quite messy right now, and things are going so fast. It's not easy to find the perfect solution right now, but well, we need to fight and try to define those workflows to really take the best out of AI.
Yeah. And I was just about to say, as I see in the comments, Todd says, I asked in the comments the question, what do you guys think about those AI developments? Scary or exciting? John says, early days and crazy speed of change. And Todd says, exciting. Just switched subscription to Perplexity from ChatGPT to check that out. Saw Paco comment on the new deep search research feature. And there I want to dive into this again, because and again, we talk about switching tools where there might be completely different tools. And that's crucial. Just because it says AI on the package, it has different use cases. And to be clear, without even asking you, Paco, I know you didn't cancel your ChatGPT subscription, because I'm pretty sure you see it the same way. And I'm using Perplexity since day one, and I never went back to Google unless I search for something very, very specific, where I say, give me the logo from this tool, and I search for an image or something like that. But very rarely. I usually go always to Perplexity to ask questions where I know I'm looking especially for the knowledge from humans in forums, Reddit, things like that. And I know it's diving into this. And this is usually technical solutions when I'm video editing and I have an issue there with an export file or anything like this. Or what do you think about automations or creating APIs or building my new computer and see what hardware I could use? That's where I really leverage this. What was the other thing? I tested a new deep research feature, and this is something I have to think about when to use it, as it takes really quite a time, which is good. It's diving really deep in. But I can't remember what it was that I was asking for. But I really like the development there, obviously. But there I'm really looking for up-to-date content and not general questions, something that I rarely use. I realized I can use Perplexity also to ask them to make conversions of currency, for example, when I want to have up-to-date things like that. And then I can go more complex and say, well, give me 4 different currencies to put out. And that's something Google struggles with, right? It gives you one answer still. With all the Gemini around, I wonder why they're not able to provide this too. And these are the use cases. But ChatGPT, I'm building up my in there, even that we still don't consider it this way. But Whenever I use it, I know in the background it updates the knowledge about me. I know when I ask something that's how you write ICOR, how to write paperless movement and things like that. I don't have to worry about these things. And by switching models, this becomes hard to do. I also want to add to the discussion here that Perplexity I use more and more for reading news, as it is tailored to my search, whatever I search usually. So I get more news surfacing that is actually relevant, and I like reading. And I like it that this is AI generated news, which is a summary of relevant articles. And I always have the source code there. So one click and I go to the website that is actually going deeper into the topic. I really like this approach. And the more people who, because you can build your own pages in Perplexity about around topics, maybe more and more people will do that, and this becomes a thing. Right now, I don't know. But also, what I use it a lot for, whenever I searched something for somebody else, or I think it was relevant, I just share this search with my wife, who is not using Perplexity, but perfectly see then the summary of a discussion we had around a certain topic or something like that, instead of sending 4 different pages and say, look at these 4 pages and then make your own sense out of this. So many ways that Perplexity surprised me, because in the beginning I thought, I'm not sure if I will keep using this, but now looking back, also the experience on mobile, it's amazing. You can access that. So there's where I read the news, and there I read the news about Meta, so the company behind Facebook, is now launching a brain to text AI. Did you see that, Paco?
Yeah, I saw it already. Yeah, quite
All right. So
interesting.
with
And
the
well, it shows.
80% accuracy, AI can now read our minds. How about that?
Yeah.
So
Well, that's
you still
something
need a
that.
brain scanner, obviously. It's not like something we have on our mobile phone, but it is insane because when I studied physics in when was this, man? 2000. When was the it was a long time ago, right? When I made mechatronics and I went into robotics and things like that.
Mhm.
And there I read a lot of these articles, and there was an article saying scientists are now able to read the mind. Oh no, they are able to record dreams, but right
Mhm.
now it's only possible in black and white. And I was running around and tell people, well, look at this, look, there's the article, but they published it and so on. And it was an April's fool. So they were joking because it was the April release of this paper, and well, that was it. And I thought, well, this will never happen. And here we are, Meta launching brain reading, and obviously Neuralink from Elon Musk, same thing. So it's just a matter of time where we finally really get a second brain, which is, as we always say, a second brain is just duplicating information instead of enhancing it. And therefore, what you just said about the chat with their own knowledge and all these things, we are probably getting a digital version of ourselves at some point.
Yes, because that's something that, because now with these approaches, perspectives of the things change. And I think that to solve certain problem, we needed a change of perspective, of approach to solve something. No, for instance, I've always been quite shocked and interested about teleportation, because when I travel a lot, that now is not the case, but quite long ago I traveled a lot, and it was devastating, the amount of energy, money, time, everything, no, and underperformance. And I was saying, what the heck, if we could teleportate from one place to another immediately within milliseconds, it would be fantastic, no? But the approach was, and this is something that we need to apply to our productivity system, and that's why many members and followers of the paperless movement, when they change the approach to the exact same tool, the result is totally different because they change the approach. And this is something that is happening thanks to AI, that we are changing the approach to solve certain problems, no? And right now that we can see the combination of having, they are like clones, physical clones there with impressions, 3D impression or whatever, and this way of, synthesizing all our mind and brain and thoughts within hardware in a software solution that can drive the speed of light and move to one place to another changes completely the approach to solve those type of problems. Because if we got a clone everywhere that can be, produced, I know that this is science fiction and all that thing, but the thing is how things start to change the moment, because right now we are into a revolution in the society, because AI is going to have a place, because it's going to make certain jobs, and little by little, it's going to have the rights to think about how we solve problems and the change of the society. And for me, this is amazing. Right now, the way that we are working and leveraging AI at the paperless movement is something that we couldn't have done just a couple of years ago. And this is something that it's going faster and faster and faster, and I think that it's important to be aware of that and trying to change the approach, the way we look at problems. We need to try to find out some of the solutions, because based on that different approach is how we can improve not only our results but the speed of them and the quality of them. And I think that that's crucial and important, trying to force the things to check. For instance, right now in the marketing agency that I run, we are using AI in many different workflows that help us a lot. And we haven't, people haven't disappeared. Talking about the designers, the creativity, we haven't fired anyone, but they have enhanced the type of work that they do. We have included services that we didn't include. Many things are changing, and it's not so difficult to implement them. It's just dedicating time, being aware of these type of things, and then try and see what happens, But many times it works.
Absolutely. And this fits to what Patrick shared in the chat. I expect that a lot of bloggers will start using AI to write their blog posts, and I'm thinking that they will all start sounding the same, like the AI books you find on Amazon. Yuck. So the thing is, since day one, obviously, you saw all these blog posts appearing that were written with AI. And what annoys the hell out of me is these videos on YouTube. They annoy me so much when I search for a topic and it is 100% AI generated. Recently, I found a video there, a thumbnail, clickbait, interesting. There were four women who are sisters, and they made pictures for 40 years, each year a new picture, right? So I thought that might be interesting to watch with my mother. We looked at YouTube to find something interesting. I clicked on it, and I thought, wait a minute, man. The voice describing it, you immediately heard that this is AI, and that's something I don't get the point, because you can have amazing sounding AI voice where you don't recognize that this is AI. You can have this, but people don't care. They use the cheapest thing they can find. Then they make this, and then you can hear it, the wording, how it is put, that this was a made up story, which is not even realistic. And then I said, man, these images, they kept repeating. And on each image, there were complete different women. So not even put the effort in to make all the women look the same or something like that. So that is annoying, because this is diluting what you can find on YouTube. It's hard for creators like us on YouTube to stand out, because there is a lot of, I mean, it is an opportunity to stand out even more, but it's confusing the algorithm. That's what I mean by this. So it's harder to surface to the right people, as they are getting a lot of crap there. And this is really difficult. But saying this, we never saw the problem with these AI posts, because, as you say, they all sound the same. So the algorithm will recognize it. People won't see it or click on it enough. Also, I've sent many things also where my father sent me something and I said, sorry, but this is not real. This is really hard. But for us, we used AI since day one as well for our content creation. But the thing is, we always used our knowledge that we fed into AI to help us just, first of all, improve our English, as we are both not the native speakers, right? But also to brainstorm about things. How would people see this, right? When we thought about a wording for a product or something like that. It's not about handing over the work 100% to AI and let it go, but to see it really as an assistant to help you, but also on the level of an assistant that it will be never the expert that is able to replace us. We could have said, create a methodology, call it ICOR, and now give me the paper, like, the courses and things like that. And we have even in the platform that we are using, right, where we are live right now, that you're using to watch the videos, there is AI integrated, that I could now open up course and I can ask AI to outline me a course about a specific topic that's already there. But the moment I see the outline or things like that, it is useless because it is not unique, because it refers to something that is already out there. And well, and that's why we have a feeling, yes, obviously a lot of people fall for this, but it was always the case that people fell for scam and things like that. And this will be the same here. And there are a lot of opportunities to leverage this in the right way, and a lot of traps that you can fall in as well, obviously. So let's see how this works out. What I like is, in the beginning, it was really hard to make unique content that sounded like me writing scripts or something like that. But now with the own, that's again a reason why I keep using ChatGPT, as it knows my tone of voice. Now in Superhuman writing emails, it also picks up your typical way you answer emails and then creates a draft for you that you can use as a starting point. It's all about efficiency and get things done faster. That doesn't mean it takes over the work and it becomes generic. So I don't see it that this is a problem. And
In fact, I think that AI is saving us from the type of work that we hate, that it's something that I
exactly.
truly hate. There are many things that are stupid, thinking that as a human being, we're doing those type of work. And I think that it's kind of release. There are many people here in the chat that are commenting that they are using Claude. And there's a writing tool that I do love, that it's called Lex. And it helps a lot because it's based on writing. The graphical user interface, because that's something that really resonates to us. That's why Perplexity is so well done, because they paid attention to how they deliver the results. And before the quality of results, I remember that when I started comparing the Google graphical user interface that looked like exactly the same ones like in the early 2000s versus these results, it was impressive. And the moment that obviously the quality of the results are impressive, it's the moment that you completely change to that platform. And this is the case of Lex, that it's a writing tool that I do love, because it allows you to improve your draft by interacting naturally, where you can perfectly see the changes, everything. I highly recommend to use it, because for me it was quite amazing and much better than interacting with Claude or ChatGPT, and the results are amazing because you can add context by using what they call tags. Again, a name to say something that has nothing to do with the concept of tags that we have, but it's a way of adding context to your draft and your interaction with the chat and the AI. And it's really amazing. Those are the type of implementations, AI implementations, that are really nice because they are pretty integrated inside the tool. And it avoids you to go out of the tool to check with the standard software coming from the companies that create these AI models. And I think that that's important too.
Yeah, so I just put in a chat. It's Lex with an X dot page. I haven't used it. Obviously, Paco is the author, not the author, the writer in our team, and I'm the video producer. So we are using it different ways. I don't know if it would be useful for me writing scripts as well. But I want to get back to the question from Patrick once more about generic content for blog posts and things like that. Let's quickly go back just 1 year before this AI hype. started, or just 1 minute before the AI hype started. What was the case in the web when you searched for a certain topic? You found blog posts that were barely readable, as it was so focused on keywords that the search engine will pick it up. So there was SEO optimization, there were expert, and all over the place there were just posts where you saw this is not even value in there. It is just optimized to rank high, so people click on this. And with things like Perplexity, this is killed now, because now AI more and more goes into the content itself to see if it is really relevant to your very specific question as well. And therefore, the ranking doesn't matter anymore. It will find the right things. And I also thought about, like, maybe many people think that Perplexity goes now to Google and searches now the web through Google to find the stuff. But the web is the web, and Google is just a search engine to find the domains. And the same is for Perplexity. So it's independent from that. And I think that makes it very powerful. Always surprised what knowledge we get. And the more I use it, the more I would love to see discussions being open, and AI can search in these discussions more than behind paywalls. That's really a mindset shift there. So there are also upsides for this whole search, because it was so annoying when you saw these blog posts.
The thing is that people think that it's a matter of delegating absolutely everything to AI, and that's not the right approach. That's the approach to create standard content and things like that, because talking about a piece of content, I don't care if it's a book, a video, a podcast, or article, whatever. The thing is that the author, the content creator, should create. And for creating, I mean how he thinks, how he connects the ideas. It's not the tough work of one that you have vomited. All the information, put some structure to that, and then use AI to polish, to move something from good to better and to excellent. And that difference between good and excellent sometimes is just a 10% of subtleties, of way of expressing the thing, of polishing, and also enhancing how you think by interacting with AI, because it gives you different perspectives. It's like if I ask to an editor or a team of editors, what do you think about this piece of content? Am I missing something? Do you really understand it? These type of questions that give you, unbiased answers that help you enhance your content. But the creator, the real creator, is the person behind. The AI is like an assistant that helps you think better, or once that you have written down most of the content, to polish it, to make it really shine. And I think that that's because I don't know how many times I have lost, trying to polish a piece of content. And that's what enhances. But that polishing is just maybe 5% or 10%. But if we think about the time that we had to dedicate in the past before AI to achieve, and maybe we wouldn't even achieve that level of quality, because we need different perspective, because we are biased by our knowledge, how our brain thinks, our creativity process, our mood, many different variables that affect us. That with AI, you got a super assistant there that it's like an amazing team of editors, in my case, that helps me to really pay attention to things that I didn't care about, receive different approaches coming from different points of view. Those are the type of enlightenments that we receive coming from AI that before it was totally impossible. And also because what we perceive is the coherence behind AI. And because right now, it starts to say and tell you things that are really coherent. Hallucinations are not so often like in the past, and you receive real added value, because I'm convinced that if I start talking with Tom about an article, he would give me some additional points that I would take into account. The point is that for us, it could be a waste of time. That's where you are reducing the cost per unit, because you are accelerating the things. And now you can deliver much more, not only with the same level of quality, but even higher. And that's the important thing about AI.
And it is a fact. I mean, we had the paperless movement employees who were just doing exactly this job. And this is something that, well, they had to leave the moment we saw how AI can speed up things. Because one major thing is hiring copywriters or people just doing this job and not being experts or understand what this is all about. There's so much back and forth. And another example is video creation. You might have noticed that the videos look different now again. The reason once because I took over the video editing process again, as it is so hard to get the people who understand and also get to the level. When I published 500 videos on YouTube, there's a lot of knowledge when you create videos, what's pacing, myself, all this. And yes, you can make generic SOPs. All this was working great, but I felt the uniqueness was gone. And therefore, it was more important to get back to make it myself, to bring in the soul again, and therefore invest more time, but now optimizing the process to speed up things for myself again. And well, obviously, I also love to do the process. So happy to do this again. And Adrienne says it as well. So true. So true about the generic AI content flooding the market. And Tom, you are right about how easy it is to expand the conversation to create more authentic and professional content, yet some people don't bother. And that makes the difference. And Paco, after you posted this, just described it as well. Adding this extra effort to leverage AI, I think this is something that you will feel whenever you look at the content. And again, if I go to the videos, the question is now on YouTube, they say you have to make a checkbox if you have altered content on your YouTube channel, right? So obviously, if I would be generic, something we played around with, well, it was shocking how realistic it was, me sitting there and talking, but it's still not replacing being myself and having the ugly German accent. So the thing is, but I'm using AI in video editing. So with one click of a button, I'm able to remove the background and I can make all these animations that you see, especially in the intro when I do these things, that would have taken hours to do in the past, where you manually think. So it was not worth it. And now, again, we try to be on the forefront, because the moment people realize, more and more will do exactly the same, and then it gets saturated again and everybody sees it. So you have to come up with something new again. So I'm sure this will never stop. I love all the engagement inside the chat around this. John says productivity and ICOR and AI is about being able to do more myself and preserve the authenticity and craftsmanship. I've had the same challenge outsourcing or virtual assistants. Yeah, exactly. That's it. And so many times, and that's something we felt. Yeah, it was not only making the English properly, but then going back when the content was altered in a way that you had to talk to the person, to the copywriter, to explain why this makes no sense, and back and forth. And then, yeah, you can train this person a lifetime, and they become an essential part of your company when they get this understanding around, for example, ICOR. But then they also become a bottleneck, right? And that's the thing. We already bottlenecks, Paco and me, in this company when it comes to this expertise. So having more like this, that makes it even more difficult. So it's hard for these people, but again, they should leverage AI again, so they can take on more clients and speed up things for them as well. So that's an endless story, and that won't be the last session where we talk about AI for sure. AI 2000 will be a crazy year when it comes to AI, as we have seen in the past years, but 2025 also looking at ClickUp, all the AI improvements that they have there. It's really now starting to fall into place, and that things start to make sense, and we can use this naturally on a daily basis. Everyone, thanks so much for being with us in this session today. And we cannot wait to meet you guys next week when we chat again about productivity and beyond. Have a good time.
See you guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.